Let's go to Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera senior political analyst. He joins us from London. Marwan, lots to discuss. Let's begin with your take on that press conference that took place from the Pentagon earlier, where once again we saw the United States defend its strikes on Iran. What did you make of that press conference?
I mean, you're right. It's the key word is defend. I think both the supreme leader in Iran and the American president and his administration are in crisis management mode. They're just simply trying to defend their actions. They're trying to defend their situation. They're trying to defend where their countries are today and where they're going from here. But I think the crisis management in Washington seemed to be a bit strange. First, because of the demonization of the press, as if the press, the messengers, are the problem, not the message itself. The fact that they published a Pentagon report that makes them the demons, when in fact there is a discussion in the administration, in the Pentagon, about how effective that attack was. But once again, the spokesperson of the White House, the Secretary of Defense, and President Trump keep hammering the same point. And this is the thing about it, right? I mean, I think our viewers around the world don't know that. I'm not sure Trump knows that. But he's boasting about B-2 bombers, about intervening in the Middle East, and the strength of the American Central Command in the Middle East. These three, the B-2 bombers, the Central Command, and the idea of intervention in the Middle East, were the ideas of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, the man who today Trump stands on his shoulder and has demonized nonstop. Those ideas came about, all three of them, before even Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, was born. So this goes a long way to tell you that Trump's boasts of all sorts of things, criticizes and demonizes his predecessors, while in fact he's merely using some of the tools that they used. And I'm no fan of these tools. You know, that the Carter doctrine of intervention in the Middle East to safeguard American interest, military intervention, and to establish a whole central command for that, and to develop B-2 bombers to go across the world in order to bomb in the Middle East. These were not Trump ideas. These were Carter ideas that the American president has demonized like there's tomorrow.
Let's turn to Iran, because President Trump has suggested that he's open to talks with Iran next week, now that the fighting with Israel has stopped. What kind of political appetite, if any, exists within Iran's leadership for a renewed diplomatic track with Washington?
What's interesting about that, the bit of the nuance that the spokesperson tried to add to it, that it's no longer just about enriching uranium. It's no longer just about Iran's nuclear program. Now it's about a whole bunch of other things, she said, right? And I think primarily it's something that we've heard from the Israelis already, that they want to start discussing Iran's missile program, right? That apparently the Israelis were not able to disable or to destroy or what have you. So I think this is just the beginning. I don't think there's peace and prosperity in the Middle East. I think there's going to be more of the same attempt at blackmailing Iran and blackmailing other countries in order to make peace with Israel, in order to put down their guards so Israel could attack them anytime, and so on and so forth. So I think the idea that, you know, this is all ended now and we're just going to, you know, be happy and all of that's all just humbug. Because clearly there's going to be quite a difficult way forward. The Iranians are not sure to be still members of the NPT. I'm not sure they were going to discuss their program no more with the American administration that they do not trust. And clearly, any observer could tell you, any expert can tell you, that Iran or other countries are now looking for establishing a nuclear weapon program, because with the international law being violated like there is no tomorrow, with the NPT being violated, that countries are going to be looking for their own solutions to safeguard their sovereignty and national interest. Hence, this whole idea of giving a rosy picture because now the United States helped Israel bomb Iran, I think that's just false.
Marwan, the hope now among some is that if a ceasefire between Iran and Israel can be achieved so quickly like this, why can't a ceasefire be achieved next with Gaza? I mean, what is the likelihood, do you think, of that?
I think it's more likely than before the war because Trump and Netanyahu feel good about themselves for bombing another Middle East country. But I think the idea of a ceasefire today is going to be wrapped in American-Israeli calculus, not Palestinian-Arab-Iranian calculus, in the sense that they might agree to something so that they can get some more hostages, captives released. But the situation in Gaza as the genocide continues to unravel, today we marked 17,000+ children killed, 17,000 precious lives because of what? Because of Netanyahu's bloodthirstiness, criminality, I don't know. This is not going to go away. This is going to stay. And none of them are thinking, you know what, now that we hit Iran, we're just going to make peace with the Palestinians, establish a two-state solution, withdraw troops from the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem, and allow for an independent Palestinian state. None of them. At best, they're going to wrap it up in some kind of a temporary ceasefire so that they could go back again and pummel Gaza as they have been doing for the past 2 years.
OK, thank you so much for that. Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera senior political analyst, speaking to us there from London.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.